Welcome to Monessen Media podcast. Today we will be talking about the conspiracy: are birds real? Are pigeons real? So basically, over the last few years, people are saying that the government has put pigeons out as cameras to spy on people or watch certain things, what they're doing, and anywhere basically. What do you think about it?
I think it's totally unbelievable.
Me too.
Why would the government just decide to mass genocide a bunch of pigeons just to spy on people?
That's a good point. um hmm. How many people are in here? 2 people. Does anybody in here have anything to say about it? Any comments or anything?
This is a trial run, right?
I don't know.
You guys have nothing you want to add?
So basically, people are saying that the pigeons are drones, as in the cameras are right in their eyes, and the bottom, or like the body, is the chip, and the feet is where you charge them boys at. Alright? Plug her in.
So why do you think it is fake? What reasons do you think it's fake?
I don't think that the government would spend who knows how much money on making an X amount of that just to put them out somewhere to spy on people whenever they could just use cameras. And if they would use cameras, that might possibly stop people from doing something if they know there's a camera there.
What about any reason for why it's real?
So they could, I don't know, so they could spy in people's houses maybe, see a specific person, what they are doing in their house, if they're suspicious or anything.
What about the idea of baby pigeons? What do you both think about that?
Well, I never seen a baby pigeon before. That
Neither
is
have I.
100%. So,
I mean, who knows? Maybe we have and we just don't remember.
Something I heard about power lines.
Apparently, you know how we can't touch telephone lines,
yeah.
but pigeons can land on them?
Uh-huh.
People believe that pigeons are landing on those to charge them.
Okay. That's a little bit,
It's a little bit much, yeah.
that's a little bit far-fetched.
That dope.
I personally have never seen anything that would be suspicious at all, but have you?
No.
I
Pigeons
mean,
are stupid.
if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't even remember the last time I seen a pigeon.
What about the way pigeons walk? I heard something about how pigeons walk a certain way because they are basically a camera.
What would them being a camera have to do with the way they walk? Or if they're programmed to walk a certain way, they don't all walk the same exact way or do the same things.
Why aren't they scared of people?
I
But all birds are.
Yeah, I When's the last time a pigeon came up to somebody right next to? Or when's the last time a bird in general came up to somebody right next to them?
Shawn looks dead. Shawn, what do you think about that? Why don't we just cut open a bird and see if it's actually a computer or not?
You're probably not going to find any computer
People-
parts if you cut open a bird.
People don't like that. That's why. You know, if you cut open a bird and people heard about it online, or if you posted it,
That's
people-
probably not going to go over well.
you know how people are now. They'd be like, you're hurting the birds, you're hurting the animals, you have no respect for animals.
So, if you think this isn't a real thing, then why is there a website and like a cult following for this sort of thing? Like, why do you think this is such a new and recent believable thing? What would make people paranoid?
What do you think about that?
They think the government wants to watch them and try and find things out about them.
And in what other ways have people conspired that they're being watched from the government?
Through camera phones, tapping into the phone lines, their computer, laptop webcams, the websites we use, search engines, tracking where we go and what we do. Yeah, just paranoia in general.
So people are just more paranoid, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea that we have a speaker in the conference here who says, Katrina, she says that 2 birds flew into my truck a week ago because they were malfunctioning. How do you feel about that? Does that sound like a believable anecdote, or does that sound like a little bit of a stretch?
Why'd you have your windows down when it's freezing cold outside?
Sounds like we have another conspiracy brewing here. Why are the windows down?
Well, if 2 birds flew into my truck, I don't know, was she driving or was she just
She was
parked?
driving, that's what she said.
She was driving when it happened? Well, I don't even know what I would have done. I would have been so confused.
They flew into the windshield. She claims that they might have been malfunctioning, and that's why they flew down. Do you think that's possible?
Do I personally think that's possible? No. Do you?
No. Pigeons are just stupid in general.
Yeah. Most animals are.
Are pigeons illegal?
No.
What?
Are pigeons illegal? Did
Yeah,
someone
that's what this question here said.
online?
Yeah. How do you feel about that question?
That
It
question
confuses
doesn't
me.
make any sense to me. Are pigeons illegal?
See, that's the first problem too, right?
Is it
Pigeons aren't-
illegal to own?
Why is that a commonly looked up question?
It is
not,
common.
Maybe people want pigeons as pets.
Not even feeding pigeons are
Well,
illegal.
you could have it wouldn't be illegal to have a pigeon as a pet, would it?
Is it?
It's just a bird.
I
Unless
guess.
it's illegal.
I have never kept a pigeon to myself. Here's another story. A pigeon flew onto me and started eating food out of my hand.
Who said that?
That was Zoe, she said that. So, why do no other birds usually do that? Why are they so comfortable with people if they're actually just birds?
Pigeons are on people more of the time
They
than
see
the birds.
You think
they
it's a
see
comfort thing?
people
Yeah.
they see people way more often, and maybe what they want is where the people are, so they just gotta kind of go for it.
So do you think that the man that was on the news or that interview that was saying that the birds aren't real, there's a 40-year time that he's described as when these pigeons started being killed in mass genocide. Do you tend to believe that at all in any way? And if so, why do you pull the number 40 years out? Where did that
That
come
guy,
from?
he was on the actual news, right?
I think so. Or at least some sort of interview show.
Well,
Good morning
That-
talk show.
that whole thing was, to me, like, that dude was trolling. That's what I think. Like, obviously, he wasn't trying to make it obvious that he was. But,
He
you
changed
know,
his
people
story up a
believe
lot.
anything that they hear on the internet. So,
So you think that he was more or less joking about it?
he looks like and sounds like a Discord admin.
Here's something that you guys should discuss about, okay? To help you out here with this. What are some other conspiracies that are like this one, that are more believable, that you guys are aware of? Because you know there's plenty out there with the government either watching or the government being behind something. What are some other ones that are way more believable and more explaining of them trying to know more about us or control things?
Everyone thinks that aliens are real, right?
Yeah.
So, the moon landing,
Could have been faked.
I think that it was.
I personally don't think it was.
It definitely was.
See, there we go. Why do you think that it was fake?
There's videos, so many videos of people recreating the exact video that was made and posting it, and it looked like the exact same thing. And there's people giving you explanations to the stuff in the background, like it don't match up, like it's not supposed to be like that.
Why do you think it is real, Shawn?
Because why would we fake it? It's one of our greatest achievements, being able to send another person to a different planet.
That's why you would fake it.
That is true. We were in a race against Russia.
Yes.
Somebody in the conference here. I don't think they posted in the stream, but they are posting in the conference that you can see stage lights on the moon landing, implying that the lighting is unnatural. But I guess you could argue the other way that we wouldn't really know what the lighting is like up there if we've never been up there. So
That's true.
there are two different sides of that coin.
There's a side to everything mostly, but
So here's a question for you guys. I think that you can talk about this as well. Why do you think conspiracies are such a common thing? Like generally,
people
Doesn't have to
have
be this
different
one.
beliefs than other people. Like people think something's real, some people might not think that it's real. Some people might think that it's so real that they keep telling people, try to get the word out as much as they can. The more people that they get to believe it, the more people keep researching, and it might actually be like get figured out if it's real or not.
Do you think it has something to do with a sense of control? People either desiring to be in control or people not wanting to lose control and afraid of it?
I don't know. It could be
Yeah, it could.
some of it.
Like if you're being watched by the government, let's say this is going back to the bird theory. If you really think you're being watched and you are afraid of losing control of who you are and what you're doing, you might come to any conclusion to justify, why you might be feeling like you're losing control, right? So why birds? Why pigeons? People just believe anything, don't they? What's the most ridiculous theories you guys have ever heard besides this one?
I don't know. That honestly, this one's pretty up there.
Yeah, that's up there.
What other ones did we talk about that were? Because I know we're talking about aliens and the moon landing, but that's not. There's a lot of people that believe that.
Flat Earth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a theory, isn't it?
Flat Earth theory.
Here we go.
Why don't you
Flat
guys
Earthers.
describe it? How is that?
I
I think
don't.
you guys can talk about that. How is the Flat Earth theory related to the bird theory? Because it kind of is.
I don't know much about the whole thing and how they got in depth on why it's flat, but just people saying that is stupid. That I just think it's stupid.
There are Flat Earther conventions. There's like legitimate conventions for that.
What do you
I'm
think
not saying
about
that I
it?
am one, but
I don't believe it. I don't know much about it, but it's probably one of the stupidest theories out there.
what about people that are lizards?
People that are lizards.
That's what
Mark
people are-
Zuckerberg.
What?
Like Justin Bieber being a lizard.
Where
Oh,
was
I
this?
don't
Where did
remember
this
that.
come from? Like, the
That's
people.
a very good question.
Why do we
Who
think
randomly-
each others are lizards?
Like, why do they think he's a lizard? Did someone just see him transform? What is this?
That's the
Yeah, we're
claim.
watching Ben 10.
Didn't someone see him blink sideways and was like, how did he do that?
Basically. Yes. Savannah says, one of the people that are watching, that she believes that people are just very bored with the world and they don't want to be bored, so they just believe anything because they just find the world to be too boring and pleasant. Do you agree with that?
I feel like if you just believe everything, then
What is there to believe?
yeah.
Is ignorance bliss?
No. Most of the time, no.
That's a good question to ask, though, right? Because sometimes it is. Sometimes it's dangerous, though, right? Let's see. Oh, she said that his eyes shifted and they looked like lizard eyes when being on TV. For Justin Bieber.
Is there a video of this or anything?
There actually is, but there's always an explanation for everything,
Yeah.
right? Just like the bird theory. What is the best explanation then? What's the final nail in the coffin here to wrap this up of why this theory is bogus? Like, why are pigeons acting? Like, why do pigeons act the way they do then if it's such a ridiculous thing? Like,
They just aren't smart
Pigeons are not
animals.
smart animals at all. A lot of animals aren't smart, very smart.
Pigeons
I'm not saying
are
all of them.
underdeveloped.
yeah, I agree. I like that. I agree with that. Comes down to what? Just okay. Savannah does have a correction. They are smart, but they're smart because they are carrier pigeons that know how to travel to places and they.
Everything is smart in a way.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? That everything that deals with animals that's a theory to me is the fact that there's always some loophole to like expose, but in reality, everything's done in some way, or higher on the food chain or not. So, what do you guys think? What's your final thoughts about this theory?
Pigeons are regular birds. There's nothing suspicious about them.
Nothing special about them.
Nothing special. They're just regular old birds.
That fly into cars while
Yeah.
they're moving.
So, what do you think? What would you say to all the people out there that do believe in this theory? If you had to say one thing to them.
Please don't.
Pigeons are real, regular animals.
We can end with that.